What's up, YouTube? It's Chris with Murphy Firearms Training. I did a review of some Liberty 380 ammo, and it's Liberty Civil Defense. Now, I found this for sale the other day. It says Liberty Ammunition Ultralight, 1500 FPS, 250 FPE, 2-inch dispersion, 12-inch penetration at 10 feet, reduced recoil, deep cavity projectile. It pretty much seems to mimic the numbers for the Liberty Civil Defense. But I was very impressed by that. This seems to be the new packaging for the Liberty Civil Defense. But they may have changed the ammo. I don't know. So I picked it up and said I'm going to try it and see how it compares. I was very impressed with that ammo out of this little Ruger LCP. This is a 2.75-inch barrel, 380 micro pistol. This is what I picture when people say they carry a 380, is something this size. So let's see if this lives up to the hype out of this short of a barrel, and if it compares as well as the Liberty Civil Defense did, and they just changed the packaging, or did they change the ammunition? Right away upon opening the box, I can tell you this is not the same ammo. Maybe the same hollow point, that big, deep Liberty hollow point that fed fine and shot fine last time. But it is a two-part case. It's a weird two-part case. And so the head, the web and the head of the case is different, looks like a different material than the actual body of the case. So you see there's a separation line here. Don't know if this is reloadable or what it's even made of. So we'll read on the box and see. But we're going to load up 5, run it through our Garmin chronograph, and see what we get for velocities and go from there. All right, guys, so I have loaded up 5 of these. Going to load up the LCP, get over the Garmin, fire at our circle target. Don't know if I'll hit it with this little 380, and see what our velocities give us. Looked like it went high. 1509. Hit. 1495. 1484. 1463. And 1506. And this does not have a last round hold open, so I like to just fire it. We'll lock it open. Come on, lock open. There we go. All right. Shooting for 1500 FPS, which it says on the box. All right, guys, so I'm going to take the LCP and I am going to shoot some gel. I did the 327 Federal Magnum gel test. So there are 4 lines in this. I'm shooting the opposite direction. We're going to shoot this near the center. We're going to avoid those lines. We're going to see what this Liberty Ultralight does. This Liberty 380. So this is how I found the block, and I will tell you I did not clean this side, so you can't see very well, but this side and this side have been hit with the heat gun, and you can see pretty well. So here's the Liberty track. It starts here. I hit right there on the block, so hit there, and it goes in. This is the path here, and it's a pretty good upset. Something to point with here. So it's a pretty good upset. That path there is a pretty good upset, and it goes along, it goes along, it goes along. And I'm going to measure this thing. It measures out, the whole block is 16 inches. This is not, but you see your path there, and you see your path, and your path goes along, and your bullet, there's a pedal sheared off, and then the bullet stops at about 13 inches, and the stretch cavity goes to almost 14. So anyway, there it is. There's your Liberty. And there goes my ruler. Let me dig it out and see what... So there's your bullet. And after digging it out, I mean, you got this nice thick disc. It's thicker than the 45 Colt that I tested. Big, thick disc. And most of the pedal sheared off. There's one sheared off in there. You can see it. And again, the wound track goes from this hole here, where my finger is, and it starts here. It's really a good wound track, and it follows boom, 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 boom. Yeah, it's a good looking wound track, if I'm being honest with you. Okay, it's a good looking wound track. So definitely did some damage. Let's do the water jug test and see what that looks like. Well, as I'm used to with Liberty ammunition, I got rather wet. Just to give you an idea, there's my pants. Had that knee forward, go figure. So anyway, first jug, typical of Liberty. Although this is cool because it laid here, and look what we caught. All these petals. So 1, 2, 3 big petals, 2 little petals. So all this material sheared off in the first jug. And I have wet feet because that was smart. Second jug has a hole poked in it, and looks like it has a hole poked out of it. Let's see what's inside, if anything. So that jug looks to be empty. Alright, so jug 3 appears to have a hole poked in it there, and no jug poked in the back, no hole poked in the back, so there's nothing in the back. So let's go take a peek in jug 3. And do we see anything in jug 3? It looks like we do not. Looks like jug 3 is also empty. So we did not capture the disc. We went through 2 jugs and into the third. No idea where the disc went. I'm gonna guess, because that hit was so high on that third jug, that it hit and made that mark and then bounced off and went somewhere into the woods. All right, guys, pine board test. These are treated pine decking boards, and I have a feeling it's not gonna go far, but we're gonna give it a shot. Here we go. All right, guys, so we got our hit here, in and out. Second board, in and out. Woohoo! Our third board, is in and not out. There's the hit where my thumb is. That's a previous hit. You can ignore that one. There's the hit, and if you look real close, you can actually see the bullet down in there. I can see it. I'm gonna split this open and find it. All right, so I split this open, and there sits our bullet. I'm gonna pick this out. I'm gonna pick this out and show it to you, but there it sits. And what did it do? But all the petals collapsed in on themselves instead of breaking open, and so that disc retained all of those petals, and it just kind of penetrated. But it's ultralight ammunition. Two boards and into the third. Lodged into the third pretty well. Not bad, not bad. So anyway, I think I'm gonna have to compare, but I think the performance is pretty much the same as the Liberty Civil Defense, and I think this is at least very similar, if not the same ammo that's been rebranded. Although the casing is quite different, the bullet seems to be about the same, and the performance seems to be about the same. Appreciate you watching, guys. Have a great day.